rise again to glory then, soar into the sky. If you stop and see, then you just might believe. We're unstoppable, powerful, enough to beat the odds. If you love me, you will see the flames inside of me.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Seduce Me. It's about 100 degrees in my room, and I'm gonna die. But not like the Demon Lord's gonna die. Bring it! Load. 26. Wait. Was that the right one? I don't know. This one. Okay. Wait. No, it was Jute. Wait. God damn. Oh, I'm confused. Wait. Oh, there we go. Alright, make the choice. Okay, got it. Don't worry. Unless this is... I spoke up. Hold on.
We can leave after this, meeting is over.
I just want to make sure this... I see Damien, so I'm worried.
Are you sure this is the best choice?
Are you quite positive
Give me 1 second. Yep, it's the right load point. I was making sure it wasn't Damien because, you know, Damien was there and I got a little worried. Anyway, yes. Okay. Everyone in the room looked at me as I finally spoke up. We need to be better than Demon Lord. He was willing to sacrifice lives to trap me here, but it only showed how desperate he was to win and how little he valued life. He would lose this war one way or another. It wasn't worth losing someone who could help turn the tide of the war. When can you put the barrier up?
We can leave after this, meeting is over.
Sorry, I had to fix my keyboard so it stopped wobbling.
Are you sure this is the best choice?
Positively, Eric. The curse isn't the only option. We need to show that we're better than him. Everyone nodded, some in reluctance while the others did with confidence. I looked at Diana just in time to catch a twitch from her visible eye, but she shook her head and looked to the rabbit woman.
Are you quite positive this will work?
I am very certain. Since it will be just 3 of us going, we can shadow travel there and be back by the morning.
Diana looked at her guard and nodded.
Very well. If you believe it will work, then I trust you will make sure it does.
As the guard nodded slightly bowed, the other demons seemed to let out a sigh of relief. Were they worried about performing the curse? Diana shook her head before crossing her arms and looking directly at me.
So, since you'll be here for a while, we might as well give you names that you can use to refer to everyone here.
Are we getting human names?
That high-pitched voice, no.
Must we?
You must. Diana rolled her eyes and gestured to each demon, naming them on the fly.
For the sake of time, we'll use simple names. This is Rabbit, our magic advisor. Sergeant, commander of our armies. Shadow, leader of our assassins. And Faye, our nomadic force ambassador.
Huh.
Sergeant, I'm a commander, succubus. Shouldn't my name be Commander?
Don't get picky with the names, it's not your real name. Whatever.
It's easier on the tongue, though, to say Sergeant.
My lady, what shall they call me?
Diana looked at Seto for a moment before turning towards me, a look of seriousness emanating from her eyes.
You may call him Seto. He is my personal guard, and he is always by my side.
Always, Seto. Doesn't mean you can go traveling off to get a pretty rose. Always. The other demons in Seto seemed to be surprised. Was Seto his true demon name? Why would she give me his true name?
Are you sure?
And why is Eric still here? He's just snapping his fingers like, yeah!
Call him only if your life depends on it. Do not abuse this permission.
Yes, ma'am. Her eyes seemed to burn as she gazed into mine, full of hard intent, and warning me. I mentally noted her seriousness as she ran a hand through her hair.
Well, now that we have a plan and introductions are out of the way, I believe we can end this meeting. We have a lot to accomplish in 1 week.
What about us? You don't expect us to sit around.
Actually, I do. You all don't belong on the battlefield.
Eric be like, what?
Now listen.
Listen here, you.
I will not take untrained and unarmed beings into a war zone.
Hold up. I interjected, stepping forward and crossing my arms at Diana. She seriously wasn't going to make us stay back while she fought the Demon Lord, was she? This is not fair. We can fight too. Diana squinted at me, pressing her lips together to a fine line. However, I meant what I said. We could fight too.
You expect me to trust that you can fight in a war?
Let me and my brothers train then. We're demons, for fuck's sake. We know how to fight.
For fuck's sake. The boy stared at Diana as she turned her head toward Sam. He was right, though. They knew how to train, so they knew how to fight. If they fought with the rebellion, there would be a better chance of winning this war.
You all realize this is a war, correct?
No,
You
it's just a
can
game
die.
of patty cake. My phone blinking? Huh.
We understand completely.
We understand too.
You're so cute. But you look really young. Diana could only stare at our group as we challenged her proclamation. I wrapped my hand around my fiance's arm, frightened at the idea of participating in a war, but knowing that we needed all the strength we could muster to finish off the Demon Lord. This was the only way that I could go home. Defeated, Diana sighed and rubbed her temples.
Very well. I can't exactly keep you here like prisoners, so it will be up to you if you choose to train for battle. However, I highly suggest just staying here and allowing us to handle it.
I nodded, as did the others. This was really happening. We were going to kill the Demon Lord, and we had 1 week to either prepare for the war or wait it out. Diana turned towards me and looked down at my outfit. I'd forgotten that I was still in my wedding dress until Diana pointed at my chest.
Lumen infere, bellum tabescere, serene.
Serenade me. I stared at her, unsure of why she was speaking in Latin, until I felt the fabric around my body shift and change. I quickly looked down to see my wedding dress morph into an outfit that looked perfect for the demon world. The white top shifted into a long-sleeved, oversized tunic with a leather corset and vest, while the bottom part of my gown split and wrapped around my leg, forming into dark leggings. My shoes stretched to long knee-high boots. There we go.
Ooh, interesting outfit.
Who are you? You look... The fuck is... What are you? I want to know more about her. She looks weird. I blushed, getting used to the feel of the outfit. The corset wasn't tight, but it was still something new along with the rest of the garb. Sam looked at me up and down before glancing away, blushing a bit. Oh.
You look good.
Thanks. Thanks.
Faye, Rabbit, you both should finish your preparations and head over to the Demon Lord's castle for the spell.
Oh,
How
sorry.
are you going to get there?
I'll get us there, no problem.
Oh dear.
Just make sure we don't get stuck there or lost.
No promises.
Zero, make sure the job is done.
I shall, my lady.
Seto, Faye, and Rab began to make their way out of the room as Diana turned to me and my group. As they left, Diana let out a small laugh.
I will take you to some rooms you may rest.
Why would she It is so late. I'm preparing for when I go on vacation, so I'm recording a lot, and it is just so late right now. Thank you, Diana. I really need some rest. Diana merely nodded and led our group out of the room towards our new temporary rooms. The walk to our room became a silent journey. Sam and I held hands, but for some reason, there were no words to say between us. The entire situation sat in my mind and festered, plaguing my thoughts and causing me to remain speechless. All of this seemed so unreal and hard to imagine, let alone believe. How was this possible? I felt Sam gently squeeze my hand, causing me to look over to him. At him. Psst. Was he feeling my anxiousness somehow?
Hey, you sure you're all right?
I'm a bit hungry. Psst. I stared at him a bit long before replying. Checking the guide. Can I just say while I was looking at the guide, I was making the most annoying noise ever. You know that little high-pitched noise you make with your teeth, like... I don't know if you could hear that, but I kept making that noise, and I was like, I'm really annoying myself. But, nah, it doesn't matter. But, yeah, I'm fine. I wasn't alright. All of this was a muddled mess, and I couldn't help but worry. It would have been obvious anyway for Sam to notice and ask. Still, I didn't want him to know, especially if these worries were going to fade away eventually. I smiled at him and hugged his arm to me, making Sam gasp before smiling a bit and pulling me to him.
All right. Whatever you say. I'm glad you're safe.
I'm glad you came, man. Sam and I were guided through the hallways until we finally reached our room, which happened to be the ambassador room I had slept in before. It was good to know that I was going to a place I recognized. I sat on the bed and let out a sigh, feeling the worry of my entire situation sink and fade out of my mind. I wasn't alone, at least anymore. Yeah. Sam was willing to fight for me and to return home. It was unexpected, but it was amazing to have Sam here. Sam looked around the room, taking in the space.
Fancy room.
Very fancy. Yeah, apparently it's an open ambassador's room. They let me sleep here when I came.
That was how long ago?
Just like a day? Sam laughed and stuffed his hands into his pockets. What was so funny?
Oh, fuck. I forgot the time difference between this world and the human world.
Well, fuck. Damn it, I just love how easily he swears. Wait, time difference?
Yeah, time goes slower here and stuff. So, like, while you've been here a day, you've only been gone from the human world for 4 or 5 hours.
Wait, huh? I was only gone for 4 or 5 hours? How is that possible? Then again, I was in another plane, so it was somewhat understandable. My brain just couldn't wrap around it, so I held my head staring at the floor in shock. I cannot believe this. Sam laughed again and walked over to me, sitting by my side before he wrapped an arm around my shoulders in comfort.
At least we found you. If it weren't for Damien and Twyla, it would have taken us longer.
Twyla. I nodded, relieved, regardless of how I was found. While I couldn't get back, there was a beacon of hope now, which replaced my previous worry and concern. I leaned my head onto Sam's shoulder, feeling exhaustion hit me like a wave, but I didn't want to sleep just yet. I was with Sam, so I wished to stay up just a bit longer and be awake with him. Sam?
Mm-hmm.
Are you awake? I didn't know what to say. I just wanted to be awake a while longer. I looked up at him as he turned his head to look down at me, patiently waiting for me to ask whatever he assumed I was going to ask.
Help me stay awake, though.
If I wanted to stay awake longer, then Sam needed to help me do that. Wink, wonk. Sam looked down at me and turned our bodies gently to face one another.
What do you want me to do?
Wink, wonk. Do the wink, wonk.
Anything.
I didn't want a reunion to end for the day with just us going to bed. A kiss, a hug, a conversation, anything was acceptable as long as I got to be awake that much longer. I hope the sexy music was going to turn on, but it didn't. Sam gently lifted my chin and lowered his head to kiss me, allowing me the choice to take his lips with mine by stopping a mere centimeter away. I took it and melted into the kiss, wrapping my arms around him. There we go. My head and my heart became full of Sam. Sam! Sam everywhere! Feeling his heart beat against my chest, tasting this really weird to read without music. Tasting his lips against my own, memories flooded back of us holding one another, and I began to mentally thank God for letting us be together again. Sam wrapped his arms around my waist, pulling me close, but not taking us any further. The kiss was slow, intimate, and romantic in every form. That was yet another thing I loved about Sam. He knew when to take things slow with me, and he knew when not to get deeper than that. Okay. He respected me, loved me, and wanted him to protect me with his entire being. I was blessed to have him as mine and mine alone. So that sly smirk like, hey. As we pulled away, at last, Sam let a smug grin paint his face.
Well, I guess one good thing came out of this. I get to kick my old man's ass.
Yes! I knew Sam hated his father, but was it really a good thing? In retrospect, yes. Morally, it was questionable. You really hate him, don't you? The smile on Sam's face slowly diminished into an angry expression, his eyes full of rage but his mouth pressed into a fine line.
Yeah, I do.
Sam slowly stood back up and walked towards the fireplace, staring into it with his hands clenched into fists at his side. Sorry.
That bastard made me and my brothers miserable for years. We finally escaped. And then he grows the balls to try to steal the woman I love away from me.
How many balls does that man have? Sam.
That bastard kills for fun. He burns kingdoms to the ground for not submitting to him, and murders hundreds just because he can. He has a fucking harem of people and replaces every one of them with prisoners of war by the handful. If he had gotten his hands on you, if he even touched you, I would have...
Rah! His fist tightened at... Wait. What were you gonna do? What are you gonna do? How would you have known? His fist tightened at his sides. I stared wide-eyed as blood, little by little, began to drip through the crowd. Dude, you're cutting yourself with your nails! I've done that before, but damn. Crevices of his fingers, I stood and rushed over, laying myself across his back and pressing my forehead into the back of his neck. Chill!
Is it?
Yes! It's very chill. I looked up at Sam as Sam turned around to face me. He didn't touch me, as his hands were still wounded from his tight fist. Yeah, don't go to touch her cheek and just wipe blood all over her cheek. That's not very romantic. But his expression dimmed a bit to a look of sadness.
I would have never forgiven myself if you fell into his hands.
Yeah, that would have sucked, huh? I stared deep into Sam's gaze, seeing the fear behind them. I was scared as well, but thankful to be saved by Seto and Diana. Someone above was watching over me carefully, and I thank God for that. I wrapped my arms around Sam's neck and leaned my head to his, pressing my forehead to his own. I'm safe now. Diana and Seto saved me from that.
Thank God for that.
We're thanking God for... Is it Thanksgiving? Because I swear. Sam wrapped his arms around me, fist still closed, and pulled me to him tightly. I could see him biting his lip, almost piercing the skin, but maintaining some form of control. He's gonna just cut himself up. I frowned, but allowed silence to pass between us. We'll defeat the Demon Lord and go home soon. Sam nodded against my forehead, remaining quiet. We had let this pass. We had to move on and mentally prepare ourselves for the war. Sam would get his anger quelled, and we would be able to return home at last. We had to. Sam and I eventually pulled away from each other, locking our gazes lovingly.
Come on. We can't stay up all night.
But we can. We can play like Truth or Dare. I know. Sam lifted his hand, which was now free of wounds and blood. What? Oh, right, Demon World. And guided me to the bed, crawling in after I settled in between the sheets. Sam and I embraced lovingly and let the darkness of the night take over, bringing us to a quiet slumber. But no sex? But no sex? That's kind of avoiding the, thing of the game, the theme. Anyway, the dark of sleep was usually a friend of mine, only showing me nightmares on the rarest occasions. The nightmare of my dying sent shivers down my body as I recalled it, but I knew that was only a dream. Dude, you're in the demon world now. It's probably not a dream. It's probably your freaking future. Would I have one like that again? I hope not. Would I have no choice in the matter if another came? That was another story. The hell am I looking at? I opened my eyes to find myself in the mouth of a cave. Well, that descended beneath the earth. Behind and above me was a bright light, where I could see my friends and family. However, as I looked down to the darkness, I caught sight of Sam walking further into the cave. Sam? He didn't answer. Sam continued forward, losing himself in the dark. I instantly began to follow, forgetting about the light for a moment before stopping and looking back. My family, and the look of despair of my friends, held each other, watching me with heartbroken faces. Was this some sort of message? Was I following Sam into a place my friends and my family could not be in? Was this my future? I became torn. What was I going to do?
You are not worthy.
You shall not pass. Fire! All of a sudden, the darkness became full of fire, and the bare outline of Sam flashing forward, burning away in the light of the flame. He couldn't even let out a scream of pain, as he was instantly burnt to ash. Sam! Run! Run! Run where? There's fire everywhere! Diana's voice echoed through the air, but I was frozen in place, watching the flames rush at me to take me as well. If I ran back, my heart would be scarred forever with the memory of flames taking my love away. If I stayed, I would die with Sam. I stood in the middle, unsure of what to do. As the flames took me, I woke up in a hot sweat. Ah! That was a little loud. Gripping the covers, I sat up, staring at the far wall before looking around. My heart was beating wildly, so as sweat ran down my cheek and the sides of my head. Another nightmare. This time, however, Sam woke up with me. I hope so, because I screamed loud enough.
Whoa! Hey, what's wrong?
Sorry, I was just studying him. Put a shirt on. I looked at Sam, seeing him not burnt or ashes, or as ashes, so good, you're not waking up to a pile of ashes with eyeballs. That's good. But perfectly okay. I turned toward him and wrapped my arms around him tightly, now desperate not to let him go. Sam, despite being surprised, wrapped his arms around me and held me close. Two nightmares, both leaving me and Sam engulfed in flames. Burn together, die together. I died in the first, and he died in the second. What was I going to believe anymore? Sam rubbed my back gently and planted a kiss on my shoulder.
Hey, it's okay, all right? It was a stupid nightmare.
But you fried! But you fried!
You know I can handle anything that comes my way.
Even fire? Go ahead, jump into that fireplace, see if you can handle it. Could he really? Was he strong and fast? Okay. He was strong and he was fast, that wasn't a question. But was he powerful enough to withstand whatever had let loose those flames to swallow him whole?
You are not worthy.
What did that voice mean? How was Sam not worthy? What was he not worthy of? There were a million questions running through my mind, and none of them could be answered. At least none at the moment. I simply rested my head on Sam's chest and let him pull us back down to the bed to sleep.
Whatever happens, I'll always be here. All right?
Mm-hmm. And I nodded and closed my eyes, praying that I would not see the nightmare again. As fate was kind once more, I slept peacefully the remainder of the night. I got the worst hiccups. I'll see you guys in the next episode because 20 minutes and I'm very hungry. See you guys next episode. Bye!